Hello everybody, and welcome to the World Sim Racing Competition, or WSRC, where anybody can compete for cold hard cash. Today we have an $11 GR86 race at Virginia International Raceway. It is winner takes all, so only first place will claim the $11. And today we have one of our fullest grids yet. 18 racers, all battling it out for the money. We have some familiar faces. We have Elder back in P1. Will he be able to claim his 4th race win? We also have Roy as well, who participated in one of our prior races, and perhaps a couple others, like Slawomir. This is going to be a fun race, everybody. I'm excited to see. Unfortunately, I can't see the Twitch chat right now, so if you do message something, our moderator from the Twitch from WSRC will reply, but I can't see it, so a bit of technical difficulties, but it should be fixed in the next one. And right now, we're just going out onto an easy little outlap, where they're just going to get some warmth into the tires, make sure everything's all good before the rolling start commences. With 18 people on the grid, we will be sure to expect some havoc coming through the corners of VIR. This is the North Course layout, so it's a little bit shorter than the full one, but it suits this car a little bit more, just because it doesn't have the horsepower for those really long straights to take advantage of it truly. So, let's have a quick look through some of the liveries to see if we can see any nice ones. And from there, nice classic red one. Actually, let's go in order, that would probably make a bit more sense. Got some nice classic ones, nothing too Oh, we've got a nice Dynaco one from Cars. We'd love to see it. I believe before I saw a green Goblin one from our friend Roy. We'd love to see the creative ones on here. There it is, the green Goblin one to the left on the number 6 car. But the starting lights are coming up, so we need to get ready for the race to commence. There's only a couple more corners, this little chicane here at the end, which I'm sure we will see numerous cars fly off, because it's so hard to judge, especially when you're battling side by side with somebody. Everybody is packed, the grid is full, the adrenaline is pumping, all for this prize pool. And for those who are just new to the stream, we also have another race running tomorrow, same time, and the day after that, with more prize money on the line, so get ready. And the rolling start is about to commence, as it is up to Elder to decide when to put the foot on the gas to let everybody know it is time to race. And the green lights are off, and Elder has been able to extend his gap nicely with a perfect rolling start. As we can see, we've got 3 wide coming into the first bend, a couple of changes in the order as everyone slides by on the inside. It's too difficult to tell who's done what. Looks like Andre and Peter has moved up 1 position, Scott down 2. So far, no major crashes, no major havoc. It is incredible to see on an 18 race field. Everybody's in line. Peter goes a little bit wide, but it doesn't matter. We've got the yellow car looking to the inside of the default stock livery, and they are still going around tight as can be. Peter now 1.2 seconds away from our leader, and Andre and Peter right on each other's bumpers. These 2 races are only 0.2 seconds away. Andre will be looking to get the slipstream and move to the inside. And he does. He looks to the inside, but Peter declines. Still taking the normal racing line. They go a little bit wide. A couple cars scurry off into the grass, but it is no issue just yet. Elder extending the gap, having the advantage of being in first place, meaning that he's not battling with anybody else. So he's able to put in the raw pace time that is needed to extend the gap. These 3 are fighting now. These 4 are fighting as hard as can be. Let's have a quick look further down into the pack. We've got Peter now trying to catch up to Elder. 1.9 second difference. Check back in with the pack that seems to be battling now. It is Andre, Scott, and Ricardo. This whole pack is very tightly clumped, all within 1 second from P3 to P6. Everybody in a single file, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike going through these bends. You don't want to make a move prematurely, because if you do, then your whole race could be over. You could cause a crash, a collision, or even worse. DNF. As you can see, just got a little bit overzealous there, Scott, and he ended up getting the rear to spin out. The rest of the pack has managed to maintain their order. Ricciardo 0.5 down from Andre so far, as these racers still stay in the pinstripe formation. They would all be so closely matched in speed. That's why it's so difficult for an overtake to happen just yet, but I'm sure we will see a slip up or something eventuate. And it looks like further down the pack, David and Cameron DNF'd. They must have crashed out on the first couple of corners of the VIR track. An extremely technical and fast racetrack, but very fun indeed. Alda's been able to extend that gap just that little bit more, now 3-second difference to P2. Peter is trying to crawl his way back up. Everybody here has the pace to win. We saw that in qualifying, all within 0.2 seconds of each other, so just a matter of who is able to perform. It looks like we have a little bit of a battle between the white and gold car, Marcelo and Ire. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. Here we have, see, he notices the opportunity as he goes wide and he's just able to pass in the Rockstar car. We'd love to see it. And the rest of the races continue down the field. We have a little overtake from Lucas on top of Mika, but then it looks like Austin was able to take the opportunity as well. Let's try and catch what happened. Currently watching Austin go around the bend, and it looks like there was a bit of a crash. He was able to just go around the outside, take advantage of the two battling, and move up 2 positions. It doesn't get much better than that. Let's check back in with our leader. Zooming around, now with the fastest lap time of a 1:35.8, a second faster than the best lap time set in qualifying. Alda is unstoppable in this race. Peter trying to get something done to reduce that gap, but his best lap is now 1.1 seconds slower than the leader. So every lap that continues on, that gap is just going to increase more and more if these paces are representative of what these drivers are actually capable of. But I don't think so, because sometimes it takes a while to warm up and get into the right gear that's needed to take advantage of the races ahead of you. The grid has started to increase a little bit in size. It looks like we had an overtake from Brulon in the red car, looking to overtake the default livery. And he's looking to the inside now, right by him, using that slipstream and making sure he had a better run out of that corner. As you can see, they're both side by side now. Which one will come out of it on top as they approach the right-hand corner? Lance has the inside, but Marcelo has the outside, and he's just ahead on this corner though. The inside normally wins. Will he be looking for a switchback, or will he be able to stay tight to the inside? And he does, and he's able to pull off the move beautifully. Great racing from everyone today. No major collisions have been seen so far on the stream. It looks like we have a tight battle now between the number 29 car, Peter, and Andre. Both right on each other's tails. 0.2 seconds. Peter is flashing his lights at Andre. He wants him to get out of the way. But you know he's not going to give up that easily. As they go through the chicane now, Peter is looking for an opportunity to rattle Andre, to get in his brain so he can move to the inside or outside and get something done to move up into that second place and potentially challenge P1. He is glued to his bumper. Andre will be feeling the pressure, and this is crucial now as they come into the final back straight of the track. Will Peter be able to utilize the slipstream he most definitely will acquire from being that close to the car? Will there be space to move to the inside? These cars are literally touching bumpers, and he moves to the outside to try and get something done, but he swaps back to the inside for the switchback, and he is able to cleanly get the overtake done. Andre right on Peter's tail. That was some incredible racing. We need to see a replay of that. He moves to the inside and he tries to get it done, but it looks like Andre was able to get the switchback and move to the inside. A little bit of latency issues, but we saw what happened And that was an absolute masterclass in defense by Andre. Just incredible racing. Exactly what we've come here to see on WSRC. We've got Ricciardo now joining the mix though, only 0.5 seconds behind the two that are battling so ferociously for second place. As we can see, Peter didn't want to give up. He's still only 0.3 seconds behind, so while he made a little bit of a mistake when trying to overtake, it wasn't enough to put him out of contention for second place. Eldar now with a new fastest lap time of a 1:35.84. The current grid standings are Eldar in first place, Andre in second, Peter in third, Ricciardo in fourth, Lance in fifth, Marcelo in sixth, Array in seventh, Scott in eighth, Slawomir in ninth, Derek in 10th, Mika in 11th, Austin in 12th, Nimesh in 13th, Roy in 14th, and Lucas in 15th, with 3 DNF drivers. It looks like Peter is trying to make a move on the outside again, a little bit of contact between the two racers. He's looking for that switchback, trying to do what Andre did to him on the last lap back, but it looks like he wasn't able to take advantage. But Ricciardo is trying to capitalize in the yellow and black car, but it looks like he just wasn't able to get the move done. All 3 racers now within 0.2 seconds of each other. Trying to go too wide through these bends is an absolute nightmare. That's why they're returning to single file, because they know where their limits are. If you push too hard, just like there, you'll end up going off the track and losing a ton of time. And now Peter has extended the gap to Andre by 0.9 seconds. Andre now has a comfortable 1 second lead. It looks like there was a bit of an off track further back in the track, but it's a bit difficult to tell which car happened, so we won't be getting an instant replay of that one. It looks like Scott though got sent all the way to the back of the grid. I'm not sure what's happening with the leaderboard there, a little bit of a inaccurate depiction of the true standings, but I can assure you Eldar is still in first place, zooming around like nothing even happened. There's around a 9-second gap now between Eldar and Andre. Let's have a quick look in with Scott. I think, yeah, he's in the pits, so it looks like a bit of a malfunction from the leaderboard's perspective. Let's see if there are any other tight battles on the grid. I think Andre and Peter might still be at it. 1 second difference between the two races. It's what we love to see. It's that tight, close battling that we come to WSRC to watch. For those that just joined, this is the World Sim Racing Competition, or WSRC, where anybody can join one of our hosted sessions and battle for cold hard cash. Right now we are watching an $11 battle. First place, winner takes all, in the GR86 race on Virginia International Raceway. This is a 15-minute race, and we are already 10 minutes and 30 seconds through. Eldar has a comfortable 7-second gap in first place. Will anybody be able to reclaim that in the remaining 5 seconds, or will Eldar take his 5th race victory at WSRC so far? Will he be able to be dethroned, or will he still reign the champion of WSRC? We have a tight battle here between Marcelo and Array. Marcelo in the gold car and Array in the default red and white. They are right on each other's tails. Probably around 0.5 second difference between the two of these. As we can see, their lap times are almost identical, with a best time of a 1:37.1 from Array and a 1:37.2 from Marcelo. Everybody in the stream, I hope you're having a good time. I unfortunately can't see the chat because a little bit of technical difficulties, but don't worry, because in our race tomorrow, it should all be fixed, and we'll be back to chatting like normal. Let's have a look at some of these other battles. It seems like there is close battling between Mika and Austin, so let's have a crack at that, see if we can find anything. And these two races, around 1 second difference. Austin in the red and white, and Mika in the white with the stripe down the middle. They are right on each other's tail. and Austin will be looking to try and get something done to move up a couple positions. We've seen some very impressive racing though from Mika, moving up 6 grid positions since the starting point. Austin up 3 as well. Scott has had a deer incident, which has dropped him 12 positions. We hate to see it. Andre up 1, Peter up 1. The majority of the field are up 1, with Slawomir up 2 and Derek up 2. So this really goes to show that while qualifying is important, if you have the racecraft, your race is not over. You are still able, on average, based on this race, you're able to move up 1, 2, or even 3 positions. On the rare occasion like Mika, up 6 positions. So you never can really count yourself out of a race until it's over. Because like we've seen with Scott, he had a horrendous crash and that sent him down into the last position. That same issue could occur for Eldar if he gets in his own head, leaving Andre and Peter to battle it out for first place. But currently as the standings are, we have Eldar in first, Andre in second, and Peter in third for our podium. Unfortunately today for Andre and Peter, it is only first place, but it looks like Mika went slightly off track, giving Austin the ability to move down the inside, get a better run, and potentially secure 7th or 8th place on this corner. It depends if Mika is able to pull off a switchback on this corner, but if Austin just stays tight, it should be able to maintain his spot as P9. They are right on each other's bumper. Mika is looking to regain that position, dives to the inside, and is able to just pull ahead. They're now side by side as they go through the bendy sections of VIR. An extremely rough place to be side by side, and Mika is able to regain the lead. He said, "No thank you, Austin. I'm not going to let you take that position from me so easily." He had a plan and he executed to regain 9th spot. Our leaders still 0.7 seconds between Andre and Peter, the two that were fighting so ferociously before. The rest of the grid is rather split out, so this is where all the action is right now. The battle between Mika and Austin. We'll have a quick check-in with Lance and Marcelo, who seem to be having a bit of a battle themselves. Around 2-second difference, these 3 cars all spread out a little bit more. Marcelo has returned back to his qualifying position of P7. Let's have a check-in with our leaders. This would be the final lap. Let's see if Eldar, coming around the last couple of bends, he just has to complete a few more corners before he can secure the prize pool once more. There's this uphill chicane section, extremely technical, but if you do it a full pelt, you just get the perfect momentum to separate you from the rest of the track. Andre, with his next fastest lap time of a 136.0, only 200 milliseconds slower than our leader, so it shows that the pace is there for these drivers. It really is all just about performing instantly from the jump in this race. As we see Eldar is zooming around the final corners, only has 2 more bends before he gets onto the long back straight, and he knows he is home free with a 10-second gap to any other competitors. Eldar now is looking at securing that $11. And it looks like the checkered flag is waved, and Eldar secures first place for the 5th time in WSRC history. Eldar, our race winner for today, has claimed $11. Brilliant racing. Let's check back in with Andre and Rosa, who have also left, who have finished P2 and P3. So our podium was Eldar, Andre, and Peter. Some great racing today, amazing switchbacks, amazing overtakes. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to participate in our next race, you can head over to WSRC.live and join our Discord server to see when new races are dropped. We'll have another race this time tomorrow with more money in the prize pool given out to more winners, so we'll definitely expect to see the elbows out for some nice tight racing. So if you want to tune in then, please feel free to. We'd love to have you back. And by then, the Twitch chat will be working, so we'll be able to have a bit more of a conversation. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.